Hello everyone, I am welcoming you all once again to this channel. Today, after so long, here I am going to make another video on our Fortran programs, and in this video we will mainly see this least square fitting, and today we will try to fit a straight line using some data points. And before going ahead, let's understand what is this least square fitting. And this is a simple fitting method that used to find the best line or a curve that fits a set of data points. It works by making the difference between the actual data values and the values predicted by the curve as small as possible. And that's why the name here is given as the list, and the differences here are called residuals or errors. Instead of simply adding the errors, we square each error and then add them together. The best fitting curve is the one for which the sum of these squared errors is the smallest. So here we use the square of the errors instead of their absolute values because squaring makes the function smooth and differentiable. This allows us to use calculus or calculus to easily find the minimum error and determine the parameters of the best fit curve. That's why here the name given as this least square error. So if you will see you can see this figure. So here we have certain data points given with some dotted dot like structure, and we also have a line that passes through certain points. And here we can see that based on these data points that are present on this particular plane, this line will pass through such points which can have a very smallest error compared to the other curve that can fit through any of the data point on given by the same data points. And here also another kind of fit that you can see that this is any kind of square fit that we can have, like any kind of power law fitting that has been also given over here. But in today's today's session, we will be mainly focusing on the straight line fitting. And so now if I can tell you that what is this least square fit in a very simple manner, that is nothing but the fitting that finds the curve that minimizes the total square difference between the observed data point and the predicted values. So here the like the points given over here are nothing but the observed data, and the predicted data is passes through the straight line. So this is how this method works. And next, to understand what is the mathematics behind this, here we have certain experimental data. Suppose we have the data points as x1, y1, x2, y2 up to xn, yn, and we want to feed them with a function, for example a straight line, which we can represent like y is equal to a plus bx, but the points will not lie perfectly on the line because we know like a data set can have a large number of data points. It may or may not fit correctly to the straight line, so the total error for each of the point we have to find out. So here in this case we can find the error as ei is equal to yi minus a plus bxi. And instead of minimizing the errors directly, we will minimize the sum of the squared error. That's why the method is named as least squared method. So this is how we are squaring the errors, and the total sum of all the errors we can represent as s, and s is nothing but the summation over the individual errors that we got. So that is summation over yi minus a minus bxi whole square, and this is called the least squared condition. Next, here the formula to find the best fitted line will lie on this y is equal to a plus bx, as we know that here this a and b values are nothing but the unknown. So how to find those? To find this a and b values, we have some formulas. So the formula to find this v value is nothing but this n whole n into x summation over xy minus sum over x sum over y divided by n sum of x square minus summation of x whole square. And once we got the b value, it is very simple for us to find the a value, which is nothing but sum of y minus b sum of b into sum of x divided by n. And after finding this a and b value, we can simply get our best fitted line by using this formula y is equal to a plus bx. Now what we will do next is we will try to write a Fortran code, which will be a very simple Fortran code, and from that code we will try to find this fitted parameter like a and b, and we will try to fit our curve. But here what I have is I have taken one data point, like here I can show you that I have one data text value for all the linear data points. So this is the file that I have, and it has certain number of data points, and as you can see, like we have maximum 100, you can also have more than 100, and the values here we have is x and y values, and using these values we will try to fit our straight line to find this parameter a and b. So let's go and open any file. Suppose the file name I am giving as list square.f90. as I am going to write the Fortran code, that's why the file name I am giving as this list square.f90. And let's go to the insert mode and start writing our program. So our Fortran program started with the program with the name list square, and here we will also try to end our program with the same name. Yeah, so sorry, list square, the name should be same at the end and the beginning. And let's have this implicit non. Yeah, so the program will start with defining certain variables. So here we will be using some do loops, so we need some looping variable, and also as we have mentioned that we will have some we have a file which we have to read, so some certain kind of n values or something we have to have so that we can read the files up to that number. So this way we will proceed. And here, so simply for having that do loop, we would like to have some integer variable, and that will be our I, and another one is our number of data. You can give the variable name as per your requirement, or for a very simplicity we can also have this n as number of data as n, no issue. And next we will also have some real data types which will have as x and y, which we are going to read from the same file that I have shown in the beginning. And here also I am defining this 8 for the real, for seeing a large number, like for seeing a long number or big number, like this is for the double precision kind of thing. And also we will also define other variables that we have to use here while finding the a and b value, at this sum x, sum y, sum xy, and sum of x square. And also another real data type we will require for our predicting values like a and b. So here we have defined our variables, and now it's time to initialize our variable. So simply we will initialize our variable as with 0 value, sum y with is equal to 0.0, sum xy is also 0.0, and this sum x square is also 0.0. So now we have initialized our variable. Now it's the time to have our number n number of value. So you can simply initialize your n is equal to 10, 100, anything you want. But what I want is here is I would like to have that value entered from my keyboard. For that I'm writing this print statement, enter the number of data points or anything you can give, and let's read that from our keyboard as n. So now after this what we will do, we will try to open that file which contains this x and y values. So let's open that value file with this unit is equal to 11. Any unit you can give, but keep the same unit maintained throughout your code. And the file name here we have is linear data.txt, and you can also give a status for your file to open, and here I am giving the status name as old. You can give other status as well, no issue. And the action here we add for what we are doing this opening and all is to read. So we are going to read the file, that's why the action is given as read. So now this part is done. We have opened like this is the command that we have written to open our file with this unit 11, and the file name is here is linear data.txt. And now we will go to our loop and where we will run our loop from 1 to n. N is nothing but our number of data points, and inside this first it will read our file. So read the file with the same unit and keep those variable as x and y. So now next part is to update those numbers. So update those variables which we have already defined and initialized. So here the sum x will be updated as sum x plus x, and our sum y will be updated as sum y plus y, and similar manner our sum xy will be updated as sum of xy plus x into y. And next we have our sum of x square as sum x2, which we can write as sum x2 plus x into x. So now we have defined our variable, and we have given that how it will update inside the same loop, and this part is done. Now it's time to end our do loop. So our do loop is end now. So next part is very simple. We will simply write our formulas to find the a and b values. So b we have to write first. So b is nothing but n into sum of xy, as we have given over here, sum of xy, and then minus sum x into sum y. And next is what? This divided by n into sum of x2 minus sum x into sum x. As we have this as our sum x square, that's why we have given this as sum x into sum x. You can also give sum x star 2, no issue in that. And next we have to write the formula to find the a value, which is very simple. This sum y minus b into sum x, and this has to be divided by n. So this way we have defined our a and b parameters. Next it is the time to print our result. So here first we will print our a parameter as a is equal to this, and similar manner we will print our b value as b is equal to this. Yeah, so now let's save, and if we don't have any error, then this code will run fine. So let's use our G Fortran, and here I am using this G Fortran, and we have this code, and the output of this code will be written as this list square. Let's enter. Yeah, so it's running fine. So let's run the output program as list square. So it is asking for enter the number of data points. Suppose I am giving here the value as 100. If you have a large number of data values, you can also have more and more numbers. So let's have this value enter, and we got our parameters as a and b is equal to this much. So now it's time for to feed these parameters and to get that what kind of fitted line, or what kind of line we are getting from this fit. So for this I am going to my GNU plot, enter, and first what we will do, first we will plot the data file that we have here. So let's plot that file with the name linear data txt. So simply we are plotting the data points that we have. So this is how we have our data points written in the same text file. And now what we will have, we will define a function. The function we will because we have shown here that our function is y is equal to a plus bx, and here we are writing the same function y is equal to a plus bx. Here we have our a value, which I am copying and paste over here. A plus b value is this much, copy and paste, and then x. So done. So now we have defined our function as a plus bx. Now it's time to replot our function that we have defined just before. So I am replotting the function along with the same like the same plot that we have already plotted of these data points. So now you see that this is how we have got our fitted curve. So the purple colored dots are nothing but our data points that we have we had in this same value in this same file, and this straight line which is in the green color is showing the fitted line. And this is how this list square fitting works, and you can also zoom some part of it if you would like to. Yeah. So this is the way you can feed this file, and yeah. Okay, so yeah, so this much is the thing that I just wanted to tell all of you today, and this is how you can feed any kind of fitted curve using this list square. And in the next part, if we will like if I will see people are interested to see such kind of things, then I will make some more videos on this list square fitting by using some other fitted like other fitted lines, like any kind of exponential curve or any kind of thing. Okay, so yeah, this much for today's video, and thank you all, and bye bye.